What is up, apiary.org? It is Matt Freed here yet again with the masterminds themselves, the sultans of the sassy, the factors of the funny, the one, the only, Rue Brutalia. Guys, how does it feel to be back after such a great performance that you had last year at Sketchfest NYC 2009?
Thanks. I mean, we're stoked to do it. It's our third year, and at this point, we know so many of the other groups that just like it's a great party. Everyone has an awesome time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. I'll just ditto.
So, Jason, we were talking a little bit about the set that you guys will be putting together this year, and you guys said it's going to be more new material, which did get me thinking about something. It's like when you're at a festival, you would think that as performers, you kind of would want to roll out kind of like the greatest hits of the group. Right. So, why the need to just take a chance with a lot of new material versus stuff that people know?
Well, you're speaking to something that Jason and I we always have an impulse to do new material as often as possible. But also, these are. I think this year we just wanted to do something that was as exciting for us and tread some new ground. And I think we're going in a slightly new direction, and so some of these pieces are slightly newer, and we want to do something that's fresh to us. That wasn't nearly the exciting answer or articulate answer that I wanted to give.
The thing that's really interesting about your comedy to me is that it is very goofy, but I think what separates it from some more like goofier stuff, like kind of say like what Pangea 3000 does, is that it's very esoteric, almost intellectual on a lot of levels too. So I'm just, well, it's like I remember watching that video where you guys did an alternating Taxi Driver, and you were like a lamp blower, and you just blew on a lamp.
Yeah. Which was actually a rejected piece that we aired. Last year we screened rejected pieces, so that was a piece that we put together and never put into the world. Until Sketchfest. Yeah.
The point that I'm getting at with it is that you guys take a lot of interesting chances with stuff, and even though it may not come off as you hoped, it always leaves an interesting impression with an audience one way or another. Where are you guys coming from with a lot of that? Is that just like a combination that you guys like to try more out there stuff? Is there like any kind of like a deeper message or thought process behind the comedy?
I think we used to do a lot more intellectual stuff, and now occasionally we're running away from that. I think basically when we started, we were just watching so much sketch comedy. We started performing a couple years ago together. We watched so much of it that we just got sick of just doing the kinds of things that you see all the time. So we wanted to just kind of challenge that and like try different things. And now it's all about just kind of being like fun on stage and just like loosening up and just having a good time. And it's playing off more. I think most of the new stuff we're doing is playing more off of the fact that we look clean cut, straight edge, and normal. But we are very comfortable with throwing as many fart jokes and pigs jokes and sex jokes.
I think that's actually one thing, is I think we've gotten more comfortable with being stupid on stage. And that's been a joy for us. That's been a ton of fun.
We're getting dumber as we get older.
We are getting dumber as we get older. So I think our material really just reflects our increasing stupidity or our decreasing intelligence.
Yes. Well said.
If I can just answer that question a little. Go ahead. I would also say that in our attempt to avoid seeming sketchy in our sketches, which is, too patterned or too, like you see things coming, a lot of times we'd rather end a sketch with something that's odd than something that's hokey and jokey or the perfect bust, because it feels a little bit fresher to have like an awkward moment instead of a big knockout laugh sometimes.
Real quick closer question. This is the question that we're asking everybody I've interviewed so far. Hey, it's Murder Fist! Murder Fist! Oh, can you guys get here? Yeah!
What's the cowman? Stick around for that.
The question that I wanted to ask is what is a writer's room session like with you guys? How do you guys approach your comedy, your writing? Is there improv? Is it ideas? What goes on behind there exactly?
Usually one of us takes an idea to the table, writes out a script, and then we hack it apart. We'll go through 4 versions before we get to a version that we completely agree with. We're pretty brutal in the editing process. I would say we're editors almost before we're writers.
Right.
If that, I mean, and obviously it's
all
sort of
together,
paradoxical,
yeah.
but it's true.
Yeah, I think the advantage of, I mean, there's challenges when you're working with just one other person. You know, you don't have the ability to do a 10-person sketch. It's hard. But when it's just two people, you tend to loosen, let the shield down a little earlier, and eventually you can really just kind of be honest with each other and do what's necessary to like be a successful group, which is just edit the hell out of scripts and occasionally, you know, duke it out over a fight for what you think should be in there, what shouldn't be in there, and it's a lot easier to do once you kind of know each other really well and develop a kind of rapport where you know feelings are going to get hurt. You know, we just,
Yeah,
you know, we just know each other.
We tell we're very
Tell it
honest.
like it is.
Yeah. I hope this interview was far more interesting than it seemed from my standpoint.
It definitely was, John. Well, guys, folks of the internet, you've heard them. They are Rue Brutalia, and they are playing on Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. We're Saturday at 9 o'clock.
Saturday at 9 o'clock.
With Free Love Forum, another great sketch group. Love those guys. We want to do a show with them for a while.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
check it out.
So you gotta see it.
out, guys. Check it out. Be there, be there, be there. Jason, John, guys, thank you so much. Rue Brutalia.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem. Cheers. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Nicely done.